computer.
Yes.
And there we go. Let's hope this let's go through. So episode recording number 1 for Founders Corner.
Yeah.
Welcome everybody to the show. My name is Ricardo. I'm here with Sebastian, and we are going to be talking about Stadia. On this podcast, we look to talk about Stadia, the cloud gaming news, our favorite games like ESO and Destiny, the new and upcoming games coming to the platform, the rumors and predictions, spilling the tea on all of the juice, the hardcore and the hardware in the cloud gaming space. And perhaps we'll touch a bit on our day-to-day lives. My name is Ricardo. I'm a founder who has sort of adopted Stadia because I didn't really have a game console in my house. So I looked forward to access to the AAA games when I heard the cloud gaming platform. Today, I'm a game enthusiast. I'm a Canadian, a voice actor in the very beginning stages, an architect, an entrepreneur, jiu-jitsu. I practiced for about 5-6 years, which was a big part of my life. A husband, a dog owner, and a lover of Stadia. And here I have my co-host with me, Sebastian. And yeah, he'll touch a little bit about himself here.
Hi, hello everyone. So my name is Sebastian, as Ricardo mentioned. So I'm a big fan of video game also. During the daytime, I'm military. I work in the Canadian Armed Forces, but video game has been a big part of my life, and that's why I like to talk about it. I've been playing since I was a kid. I played from NES to like PlayStation and Microsoft. So I played pretty much all the console. When Stadia came out, I found that the technology advancement was like something intriguing, and I was pretty happy to try like cloud gaming. And I think that's one of my main platform now. I also have a PC. I've been playing PC game, but like again, going back to cloud gaming, it's amazing. The community is great, and I love playing video game in general. I'm a big fan of Legend of Zelda, so Nintendo has been like part of my life, but like I'm always open to new game. Yeah, that's about me.
Cool. And yeah, big Legend of Zelda fan with your dog's name there,
Yeah,
uh, Link.
the,
So
I have many pets, so you're gonna be hearing like some my bird in the background. But yeah, my dog named Link. There's one reason for it.
yeah, Echo is our official Twitter representative. You'll hear him tweeting and retweeting in the background.
Yeah, exactly. She's gonna be tweeting for us.
So Sebastian, what have you been playing this week on Stadia?
So this week I've been a little bit busy, but like whenever I had a chance, I play a lot of Destiny with you. So the big thing that came up with us was like the Vault of Glass day one, which was a big thing, I think, for Stadia. The fact that we finished like second, we completed it the first day, so that was amazing. It was a hard one. I don't know how you felt about it.
Yeah, it was an intense, grueling experience, especially playing with half our team being in the EU, going to bed at 9 o'clock and waking up at 3 a.m. to get back on and back at it. That was a bit of a challenge, and my brain definitely wasn't functioning at optimal efficiency at 3:30 a.m. And good thing you texted me too, because I don't think the alarm would have woken me up. But before we dive deep into the raid, why don't you jump onto Thwob and just give us some like brief points on what's going on this week at Bungie?
Yeah, so the TWAB from Bungie, they were just announcing the Vault of Glass being open to everyone. And the champion of Vault of Glass, who finished first, was on PC. They finished the first the Vault of Glass, and then there was like the challenge mode after that, which was like even like you had to do some challenge on every encounter. So they completed both. That was amazing. We were only able to complete the first part because yeah, we were new with the Vault of Glass, so that was interesting. They also have an interview with the team that won, which is great. If you want to read through, there's like some good like topic there. The big change about what's coming up on Destiny is the stasis. So stasis has been a new subclass that came out at the beginning of the new DLC. And then like it caused a lot of issue in PvP and not an issue. It's just like very OP, like overpowered. And then like I think they're gonna nerf it down, way down now. Like I think it's gonna be the last time they're gonna nerf it down. It might be at the same level all the other subclass. I don't know how it's gonna turns out, but it's been they're gonna put a lot of nerf into it. So it's gonna be interesting to see in the next week how it's gonna turn out. But yeah, it's affecting all the class, so like the Warlock, Hunter, and Titan. So yeah, that's a big thing. The other news they giving it's about the X Purge. So the new mission, it's like a full of a jumping puzzle game, which is actually pretty fun. I really like it. It's just the boss fight at the end was quite simple, but yeah, the jumping puzzle when you do it the first time, it's always interesting. I don't know how you felt about that one.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I didn't have the upgrades I needed when I first jumped down. Like I had gone through maybe about 10 minutes, really loving it, cool atmosphere. I mean, we're in some sort of Vex simulation and they love the psychedelic colors and the blocks and you're just jumping through. Um and then once I got there, I was like, "Oh crap, I do not have the upgrade I need. I'm probably not going to get the 10-minute challenge." So that made me want to grind override over and over again. I still haven't unlocked all of the spaces I need to get back into expunge. I think it's expunge. But once I get there, I hope to get the 10 minutes. And when I was going through it the first time, I mean, the boss was, like you said, extremely simple. I just kept fighting that clock, knowing that once I got past 10 minutes, I was not going to make the challenge. So that was a bit unfortunate. I hope you're able to go through with a fire team. I haven't done that yet.
Yeah, we
Um,
try that actually. There's possibility you can do that. Might be faster. But again, I think the part where you're lagging behind is like the jumping puzzle part, like you said. So
it's going to be an outbreak perfected situation where it's going to take a couple practice runs to really shave down those times.
definitely, yeah, that's for sure.
But 10 minutes, I mean, they're really cutting it close. I mean, when I was going through there, I think my first time was 22 minutes. So to cut that in half, that's going to be a feat for me.
I guess the first time you go through, like you need to find your way and find your bearing. I guess, like you say, after a couple of times, you know which way to go, you know which ad to kill to get that. I don't know what we call it, that white box to like insert into the next portion of the next section of the puzzle. Excuse me. So like you say, like after a couple try, it might be easier. You might be able to skip, like if you use a Thunder Crash or something like that, maybe. I don't know, or use like some flying skill, I guess. So
Yeah, the Warlock top tree,
yeah.
maybe Icarus dash your way to victory.
Mhm. Sweet.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, so that's cool this week. Otherwise, yeah, in Destiny, we are really just buried in VOG. I mean, I myself have maybe 11 clears from people asking us to come back in and help them ever since we got that day one. And I went a little bit crazy on Reddit, posting it everywhere, telling people that we got day one. And unfortunately, we got a bunch of newbies asking us to carry, which I guess I should have expected as the response. It's just been it's been fun teaching people, but definitely get your xenophage, get your end game equipment before you jump into a raid. You need to masterwork some gear, get some good exotics. Make sure you have some blinding grenades when you're going into a raid for sure. Um, yeah, absolutely. Destiny was a fun time this week, being coming in first or for Anomaly. Great job. Salvations close second. We shouldn't have gone to sleep. We would have been able to maybe beat them. Who knows? Maybe the sleep helped us. Um, just a crazy challenge all in all. I think our end time was 23 hours, 17 minutes, but it's really cool to see that Stadia now has a place when it comes to world's first clears. Um, and I hope that we continue on that tradition of Salvations, hopefully with a Stadia jersey. So contact me for Stadia sponsorship for our next 24-hour raid race.
Definitely. Yeah, that was a good run. Happy we made it at the end. We had some close call where like there was like almost no health left from the boss, and we just wiped because we ran out of revive and stuff like that. But no, definitely that was good. And I'm always happy to get like new people to like join us and just like go through the raid for sure. Like again, like you said, like make sure your gear like up to par. If like you have like weapon xenophage, it's an easy one to go get. We can go help you guys and get it. There's other weapon. I know anarchy. It's like you need to accumulate spoiler conquest, which is gonna take a while. I think there's some trick about like farming Templar to get spoiler conquest. So that's a possibility. But like I think you get only 5 at a time, so it's gonna take a while before you get 240 or something.
Destiny's a grind.
Yeah, exactly. Or even like having Wither Ord, like with the new Breach and Flare mod, like Wither Ord I've been using even more now. Like this weapon is amazing. Like doing anything, just like use that with like any other heavy weapon that you like, and that's great. Yeah.
Yeah, the Wither Horde is like a green ammo anarchy at times because of the continual damage, the breach and clear. You pair that with the Ecolos, you're making war mines because a quick switch to the Ecolos and the kills count as an Ecolos kill. So their war mines are just popping up. It's a great weapon. Can you still get that weapon if you didn't participate in the earlier seasons?
I think you can still buy it from the by the vault. I don't know what's the name of it.
Oh yes.
Buy it with like Spoiler Conquest. I don't know if it's cheaper than Anarchy being like a special instead of heavy, but it's something to look at.
Yeah, absolutely. If you don't have the Wither Horde, go get it. I mean, that is the one weapon I use in any solo situation, like a lost sector. It's always a great help for sure.
Yes, definitely.
And funny lore on the Wither Horde, I like to call it the pig gun because the lore behind the Wither Horde is that the big guy who cloned himself to Exo, uh, Clovis Bray, he had a pig and he named the pig Witherhorde, and he would use the pig to keep him alive and the organs and stuff as he was transferring to a robot. But I like that story, and I always call it the pig gun.
That's fun. Sweet.
Okay, so jumping on to some other games here. Earlier on in the month, there was a demo that jumped onto the Stadia scene. Everyone was pretty excited to play this, except for one person in particular who finds the Resident Evil games a little bit too jumpy and creepy. But Sebastian, there it happened. I told you it would happen.
Oh,
Uh, what were your thoughts being someone who enjoys those types of games a little bit more than I do?
yeah, a little bit of background on me. I played Resident Evil 2. That was my first Resident Evil game. I loved it. I play a couple of them. I think the only one I haven't played yet is Resident Evil 6. Yeah. Um, so the Resident Evil 8, like I played Resident Evil 7 throughout with Stadia Pro, and like that one was amazing. It was like very different from all the other one I've played before. Resident Evil 8, they took like the advice of everybody that played through Resident Evil 7, and they changed it a little bit. Resident Evil 8 is very it's slightly different. The enemy you fight, it's kind of a weird, like they kind of went away from the zombie like. But like it's good. Like the graphics are amazing. It runs super well on Stadia. And like just the demo was like I kind of was a little bit too short because there was two portion of it. I finished the first portion, and then the second portion I think was a castle. I didn't make it through, but like no, it was great. Like it's like if you like doing puzzle and get the jump from time to time, that's a perfect game for it. But yeah, I love doing the demo. It was amazing. Sadly, I didn't buy it. I don't have the time to play it completely on it, but I would like to try it in the future again if the time is available.
Yeah, absolutely. And the demo experience on Stadia, I mean, not downloading anything, being able just to instantly access it, jump in, play for the hour, and then it's gone. It's amazing. My predictions is Capcom, who is a big demo maker. I mean, I see a lot of demos for their games. I think we're going to see that happen more often. My prediction is the new Devil May Cry. I don't know if it's coming out or not, but I hope to see that demo on Stadia.
Yeah, definitely the demo. It's like a big thing for the publisher because like this, anybody that play any console, all they need is like a Gmail account, and they can try a demo on Stadia without downloading the game. Because I play Outrider as a demo on PC, and I had to download it. Then like you have to wait to play it. So where it's Stadia is just like instant. It's like, oh, the demo is available. Click to play, and that's it. So yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, and you can even play on your phone with touchscreen. It's craziness.
Yeah.
So jumping into the next segment of our show here, inside the indies. This is a segment where we'll be shining a spotlight on some of the indies that we like to play. Um, Today, I want to dive into an indie that I've spent over 100 hours on. This is a great game from a small developer. I believe they're small. I mean, they started 10 years ago with the same game being constantly updated. Terraria. This game is awesome. It is a RPG, randomly generated, build your own world, build your own boss stage, cool weapons, mining and upgrading your guy. This game really had me hooked all the way to beat the boss to collect that super rare 1 in 4,000 rod of Discord. Um, I can't say enough about this game, and it just recently had its 10-year anniversary. And they released a brand new update with a little seed Easter egg. You can go type it in now. It's the 2010 May 20th date, and that will get you a pretty cool little world there. Unfortunately, Stadia does not have the update. So, to my knowledge, when you go on to Terraria on Stadia, it's still 598. But I look forward to an update and experiencing all the awesomeness behind these new seeds. Can't say enough about Terraria. It's a great game if you haven't tried it. It comes in at a very low price point, and you'll get sucked in for sure. And if you don't get sucked in, maybe it's not for you. But I loved it for sure. Nads, what did you think about the game quickly? Because I know that the first time you played it was on Stadia, right? And I had told you that it was pretty cool.
Yeah, so I've saw it before. That was a while back. Again, I play Minecraft when it came out as alpha and beta, and I got hooked into that. And then like Terraria, I was like, oh, it's like a 2D version. Like I didn't like get into it. Then like I played with you on Stadia, and it was like $10 or something. It was pretty cheap. I was like, that's amazing. I like that. So I really like it. You get hooked to it. Like it's like it's crazy the amount of stuff you can do, and then like it's just like, okay, we defeated this boss, we gotta move to the next one. And then there's like exploring. So if you don't like to fight bosses, you can explore, or you can build. You can create like beautiful building and stuff like that. Just like go with your imagination, basically. That's what I like about those kind of game. Really, it's like it's almost like it's open world. You just do what you want, right? In that case, is a 2D platform, and they made it super great. Like I think that game is like no wonder that's like a 10-year-old game is still so popular, right?
Exactly. I heard rumors that there may be a new Terraria coming to the scene, a Terraria 2.
Mm.
I'll have to get more news on that on our next podcast, but I saw some rumors on that.
I know they like for a while they were like looking into creating Terra to like that was a while back, but instead they updated the version they currently have. So maybe they still like kept the design of the new one and gonna move forward with it. Who knows?
Yeah. All right, cool. Also I want to talk about what we have coming to Stadia, which is a sort of unique move by the Google self there. They are bringing Stadia Makers, which is going to bring 10 games from these indie developers. And they're helping them on what I believe technical help, and possibly some financial help to get these studios up and running and on Stadia. And what I find pretty cool about this is it's not an exclusive situation. So these games are free to go on to other platforms after Stadia, which is always a good move because it's good to support the games that you're working with. And from this list, I just wanted to highlight the one that I was looking most forward to, which is Foreclosure. Seeing the clips on that, I mean, run them up, shoot them. The art style looks fun. I'm looking forward to jumping into that one, absolutely, and to have a release date, I believe, in August. Is going to be pretty neat to check out. The winemaking one, I'm afraid if I jump into that, I will just be sucked into making wine for no apparent reason. So I'm gonna stay away from the winemaking one. Nads, what were you looking forward to when it came to
Um,
um, the makers there and their 10 games they announced?
Foreclosed looked like amazing. That's one of the game I think I will jump into. Like you mentioned, like the design and stuff. It made me think a lot of like cyberpunk, but it's like a slightly different design. Um, the 100 Days winemaking simulator. I don't think I'm gonna play it, but it's like it's a simulator. So if you're into that type of game, it should be great. The one I'm looking forward to is Sky Climber. So that game, I'm so happy that Google or Stadia decide to like support them, and it's coming to Google Stadia. It make me think of Valheim, but like slightly different, like into similar to Breath of the Wild type of design. So that's going to be interesting. It's going to be multiplayer. So yeah, I can't wait for it. That should be very great.
Awesome. Well, that's all for Inside the Indies this week. And now we're going to get into the news. So, the news of Stadia this week, they announced a brand new game, from Sega here, June 22nd release day. It's the Tokyo 2020 Olympics in 2021. Yes, the Summer Games coming to Stadia a year late. Uh, but it looks exciting. I mean, the thing that jumped out to me when I first saw this clip was dressing up as Sonic and winning gold medals in everything. The judo, I mean, I want to have some hand-on-hand combat experiences. That one stuck out to me. And maybe having a cross play. I'm not sure if this game is crossplay yet, but it should be. I mean, it's the Olympics. Everyone should be able to join in. Those rings can represent the symbols, or sorry, the consoles. You know, you got the Xbox circle joining with the Stadia circle and the PC. That should be the Olympic Games. But yeah, looking forward to playing this. I hope it's saying June 22nd. So I mean, my prediction that it's going to be a free to play July game is not really making sense. I think it's just going to come out. It's going to be 25 or $35, which may be a little disappointing and may hold people back. I think they'd make the most money if they released it for free and then they charged everyone for all the appearances. But who knows? Do you have any thoughts on Sega bringing the Olympics to Stadia?
I think it's great. Excuse me. I think it's great that Sega is coming out with like more game for Stadia. That's gonna be, I think, a quite popular one. Everybody loves Olympic games, so the fact that it's gonna come out as a video game, and we're not sure if it's gonna happen. No, it's great, and they shouldn't definitely make it crossplay. So I can't wait to see how it's gonna look like and play as Sonic. That's amazing.
Okay. Story number 2. We have Control the Ultimate Edition coming from Remedy Entertainment and publisher 505 Games. The date we have is summer 2021. And finally, we have the big cloud game that was on a lot of other consoles, except for the big cloud gaming console, which is Stadia. We're finally going to see it, and it looks really cool. Flying around, moving the earth, creating guns like Magneto. I mean, just forming pieces together to like create guns and stuff. I mean, to me, it looks like a pretty awesome single player experience, a AAA game for sure. I can't wait to see this come out. And I'm curious whether or not we'll see it as a pro title or they will release it for a $49.99 price point. I could see it going either way at this point. Yeah, what do you think about Control?
I'm happy it's coming to Stadia. I think it's the last platform to come on to. You can play on the Switch through cloud, so they have their own cloud version onto Switch, the Nintendo Switch. There's I like the game, the graphic are amazing, so I can't wait to see how it's gonna look like on Stadia. But it's like an older game, I'm really hoping it's gonna be like a pro game. So hopefully it's gonna come out and I will be all able to try it.
Yeah, I mean, have you ever tried Control yet, or have you just sort of seen it on the sidelines?
Yeah, I haven't tried it yet, but I've seen it. I've seen some video of it. That was one of the big thing of the game was like the story was very very good, and also the graphic were amazing. Excuse me, they were amazing. So yeah, I'm excited to like see like when it's gonna come out and try it out.
Wicked, wicked. All right. The next story we have here, coming from the community blog, they're announcing to us that more than 100 games are coming to Stadia in 2021, including Hello Engineer, which looks to be some sort of kids version of Dead by Daylight, where you're constructing things. Um, I mean, more kids titles, absolutely. Farming Simulator 22, everyone's first choice when it comes to growing carrots on Stadia. Absolutely. People are looking forward to it. Yeah, I mean, it was one of the first titles I think you got with Stadia, the Farming Simulator. So I think there's going to be a lot of history, and you're going to see Farming Simulator again and again on Stadia. Life is Strange, True Colors. I've not heard of this title. Have you heard of this title before?
Yes, so I think it's like a continuity of the. It's not a continuity. It's similar to the first one. It's just this one is like a different story from what I've been told, from what I've seen. It's like apparently it was a great game. The first one that came out was amazing. So this one is going to be interesting to see. Happy to see it coming to Stadia, and then like that's going to be great. If you like that type of game, it's like a puzzle like and um, first person. No, sorry. It's like just like it's just a story following, and then like you have to do some puzzle, and it's just like in regards to a person that's like have like some superpowers. So I can't wait to see more about it. I know like the first one was quite popular. I haven't played the first one, but like yeah, look it up on YouTube. Yeah, this one's gonna be good.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, this is actually the first time I've heard of this, but I guess it has a following. And is the first version on Stadia, or is this the first time Stadia is seeing the IP?
Yeah, so that's gonna be the first time that we're gonna see on Stadia.
Okay, cool.
Other one was on console and PC. So yeah.
Now, everyone's favorite well, I would say most talked about game this year. Anticipation has built up a lot for this game, and it's Ark Survival. Um, People want this game. Stadia told us we were going to get it on the first half of 2021. When it didn't come, people kept asking questions, and finally we get an update. We got a tweet from Stadia. We got a tweet from Arc, the publishing studio over there. So this game is coming to Stadia. People can be reassured. It's not like Mafia, where Mafia had its own YouTube Stadia video and then it disappeared. Anyone out there, what happened to Mafia? Is it coming to Stadia? I want to play it on Stadia. But yeah, Ark Survival. Really cool looking. Dinosaurs are always wicked. I've never jumped into the world myself. To me, it looks like ESO with dinosaurs and maybe more shooting. I'm not sure. What about you, Neds? Have you jumped into it? What are your thoughts on it?
No, I never play Ark. I'm interested to try it. Yeah, it's looked like a first-person shooter slash you have like a pet or something like that. Yeah, like it's gonna be an interesting type of MMO. But yeah, I can't wait to see it, and like hopefully it's gonna come out. I think we mentioned July or something like that, and it's gonna be pro game, so I'll be jumping into that. That's for sure.
Yeah, and I think The Rock may have been a part of the DLC for that, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, exactly. You can look up at the trailer online. Yeah, it looks like him, that's for sure. So nowadays, like most video game, when they have an actor, they like make him make the actor like the on top of the trailer and everything, and they look alike. It's crazy.
Yeah, so there's a lot of momentum behind this game, so it'll be good to see on the platform, and perhaps people who are big Arc players on PC. I mean, now you can just shed a bunch of gigabytes on your computer because instant access on Stadia is worth the space alone that some of these games are taking up, like ESO, Destiny, and Arc. Yeah, I mean, I just look forward to instant access with no storage. So moving down the list here, um we have some other games that are coming to Stadia. They are going to be here on June 1st for pro members. um People who are pro members, I think your game numbers are up in the 80s to 90s now. If you've been a subscriber from the founders stage, you have now a Netflix version of libraries of games, titles, genres. It's pretty amazing at this point. And we're getting 4 more titles here. The first one, a JRPG. Now, I know my Stadia Pro library does not have a lot of JRPGs. I think I have one other one. So I like the variety here. I think they are maybe starting to find their stride when they're releasing pro games for the month, because here I see JRPG, I see sports, I see 3D platforming, and then I see a first person RPG experience. So I think a very well rounded release this June. So for The Legend of Heroes, Trials of Cold Steel 3, do you have anything to say about this game?
Not really. I've seen some of the trailers. It looks good. I'm a fan of JRPG, but the old style one. When they came out with the Cthulhu Save Christmas,
Yeah.
I've played that one. I loved it. It's like the type of game I played when I was a younger kid. I play like Chrono Trigger or like Final Fantasy, very similar type. That was fun. This one's more 3D, I think, version of JRPG. So that should be interesting. I also tried the latest one that we received a long time ago. What you call it? Um,
That one was an
XS.
action RPG.
Yeah, it's more an action JRPG, so that was an interested one. I didn't mind it. I think I will jump into it more in later time, but yeah, this one's gonna be, I think, more turn-based, so the real type of JRPG. So yeah, that's gonna be interesting. I'm happy they bring more of these, like more different kind of genre for Stadia.
Now, moving on to the next game, if you ever had a cell phone in the early 2000s, you were racing motorcycles on MotoGP. So this game carries a lot of nostalgia for me because I would sit there on my phone and go left, right, trying to dodge these things with this 2D motorcycle. So I mean, to be able to just access it on Pro, I mean, I don't have to worry about how much it is or how much space. I'm just going to jump in and I can play it right on my phone again. It's like 20 years in the making to get MotoGP back on my phone. And this time in what I can only assume is a full, fleshed out MotoGP experience. Probably you're going to be able to customize bikes. The races are going to be much bigger. I really look forward to this IP, and I'm probably going to be racing on two wheels for a little bit when it comes out for sure. My wife actually has a rule: no motorcycles. So this is going to be the closest thing I get to riding a motorcycle.
Yeah, like that's amazing. It's a good one to come out in Stadia. I think like it looks good. Like looking at the preview and everything. It's a fun game. I'm happy there's more racing game coming up. I used to be a big fan of racing game. I never try any of the MotoGP other than the cell phone. I did the same thing too. But yeah, that's great. I think I'm gonna give it a try. I'm pretty sure you can do a career mode and then like you progress through the rank to become the champion of all races. So yeah, happy to see that coming.
What I would love to see is the arcade MotoGP bike
Hmm.
plugged into a Stadia controller for tandem mode and playing MotoGP. I, I don't know if that can happen, but that would be the best way to play in my experience.
I'm pretty sure someone already came out with that. Like, if you look at I got one of my friend that created like he has a PC platform that he has like he's doing racing with the steering wheel, pedals, and everything. He's doing men's 24 hours like this, like with 3 screen. It's
Wow.
pretty crazy, like what people can build like this. So I'm pretty sure what you're mentioning it's out there. I think I've seen in the past someone that had like one, it's like a balloon you inflate, and that's your bike, and then you just stand on it and just swirl. So yeah, no, definitely, it's out there.
Cool. Now, this game you were talking to me a little bit before the show. I was a little bit excited for this game, seeing 3D platforming. You're going to be battling stuff. The artwork was cool, but you elaborated more on Blue Fire, saying that it was actually similar to Zelda and that sort of dungeon style looting and yeah, just maybe elaborate more on that. It was pretty exciting when you were talking about it, for
Yeah,
sure.
exactly. So it's very similar to a Legend of Zelda type of game, but 3D platform. Like the style, the art style is very similar also. So like it's like I will say almost like a copycat of Legend of Zelda because it has that you carry your sword, you're just fighting enemy, and then like you got puzzle part of it. So that I'm quite hyped for it. Like it's gonna be an interesting game to play. Yeah, like I can't wait to see it coming. So like I can try it. I'm a fan of Zelda, so like this game's gonna be very interesting.
And fairly new title, as it just was released in February 2021, and we're getting it to Stadia just a couple months later. So that's really good to see that these new games are coming to Stadia. Metacritic score of 7.1, so pretty high score. Worth a try out there.
Definitely.
Moving on to Chronos Before the Ashes. This game I first heard of on the VR platform, the prequel version of it. So they had a lot of success with the Oculus version. And that one was more simple. The enemies were almost exactly the same, except their skins would change. But I'm really glad to see that a more fleshed out, um, focused on the console experience of this game is coming out. The RPG element looks really cool. Every time you die, you lose a year of your life, which is something that's going to constantly be ongoing throughout your entire progression. You're going to doubt yourself on every death if you should restart from the last save checkpoint. It looks to be a really cool game, cool concept. I could see myself finishing it at 150 years old, or just constantly re-going back to my last save point to make sure I finish it at a fresh like 20 years old, or however you start. Chrono Before the Ashes. What are you thinking? Have you seen some videos on this?
I've been seeing it. I think it was already out for Stadia. You could buy it, but like now it's like coming to Pro. I like the concept of the game of like you learn some experience when you die, but you're getting older. So that's gonna be an interesting one to try. Definitely. I haven't like really see like the gameplay, but yeah, I'll surprise myself with it.
Cool, cool. So moving on to the rest of the news here, we have the sales and a free to play situation going on. So Ghost Recon is free to play until May 31st. So jump on there if you haven't played yet. Um, Sebastian, you carried me through Ghost Recon. Is that the same game? The
Yes. Yeah,
Breakpoint?
the same game. So basically, that game is great. Like I found it, it's like very interesting to play. I play on PC at first, and then when Stadia came out, I kind of moved on Stadia. You can just transfer your save game, so that's like a bonus. Um, yeah, no, this game is it's fun to play. I play like I completed it. I think Kevin went back into it to do all the seasonal portion. But yeah, like if you like that type of like a game where like you go around and then you shoot everything, yeah, it's a little bit more tactical because like I found every area you want to not be seen and just start sniping everything. But yeah, they came out with a bunch of update. They're still like updating it, making the game better. Now you can have your group together like the same similar way that Ghost Recon used to be like I think it was 10 years ago where like you had like more control of your team to make it more tactical. So like you control one of the character and you tell like the three others where to position themselves and where to go, what to do, which action to take. So it's fun that they went back to the a little bit of the original way because I think when I play it was mostly by myself. You can be up to a team of four with other players. But yeah, it's definitely a game to try. Like, and yeah, it's good.
Also, if you're a regular player on PC, I mean, save the space on your PC, play on Stadia. Um, your PC has limited space and Google's got it all for you. So try switching over. It's a compelling story. I mean, you got John Bernenthal as one of the main actors in the story, which sort of drives the narrative. Going through that, I definitely treated it as a run and gun situation, which led to many deaths. Where Nads or Sebastian, you sort of stood back on the tower and you were sniping silently and telling me not to do that. Uh, but we eventually got through it. It's a great story, great experience. You should definitely hop on and try it.
Yeah.
Uh, Sales on Stadia this week. I mean, for pro and non-pro members, you can always hop onto the app, look through the gaming list. I mean, there's so many sales all the time. The last one I saw was Assassin's Creed was having massive sales on like every one of their titles. I think Valhalla was almost 50% off. I'm probably exaggerating there. It's probably 30% off. But yeah, now's the time to grab Assassin's Creed if you're thinking about it. And if you're not thinking about it right now, just wait till next quarter. I'm sure there will be another Assassin's Creed sale. Ubisoft is pretty consistent when they offer their sales.
Yeah, exactly. There's like I think you're always gonna see sales for Ubisoft. Ubisoft have been good for that. If you want to try all the Assassin's Creed, they're always on sale. Or like Doom have been on sale for a while, like Doom Eternal, the latest one. So really like keep looking it up because they always become on sale. I think I bought like Borderlands 3 like for 75 cents at one point because it was on sale and it was like 10.75 and it had like a $10 discount. So like yeah, look it up. Like, there's like some great game out there like you can buy for very cheap.
And that was for the ultimate edition too. That
Yeah.
was for the big edition. Speaking of Borderlands, a little bit of news came out on Borderlands, right? We got crossplay happening for Stadia. Everybody but PlayStation is going to be able to have crossplay. Am I right in that?
Yeah, exactly. So basically, CrossFit is gonna come for Borderlands 3 for across Mac, Stadia, Windows, Xbox One, Xbox Series X. I think the reason they went with PlayStation, it's like something to do with uh, not following some of their requirement or something. So well, it's not too bad. Like the fact we have crossplay all the other platform, it's great. And PlayStation probably gonna catch up later on. So, and Borderlands 3 is like a great game to play to if you like a first-person shooter. Yeah, like I played with you there, Ricardo, and it was like amazing. So I really like it. I'm be ready to go back into it.
The guns are really wacky in that game. I mean, you're spraying them with a little water soaker to cool them down, or instead of reloading, you're tossing them and they're becoming grenades. Or the guns you throw them and they're yelling "ouch, ouch, ouch" when they hit the ground. There's a lot of creativity in that game. The one thing I'm going to point out, and this may be more, I don't know if it's more apparent for you, but it's apparent for me is that the art style makes the bad guys, the ads, and the background sort of mesh together. And I just wish there was more contrast.
Yes, that's true. I found that too. Like being a colorblind, it was like I was trying to make myself like be seen more because I think sometimes you were saying I was looking like an enemy or something. So yeah, definitely like the art style is great, but you almost need to like have some way to identify the player like when you play with. So yeah, but it's definitely a good game to try.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely great game. And they always have free to play. So if you're hesitant at first, either wait for a sale, they're always out there, or wait for a free to play. It's a pretty cool one. All right.
I got one thing else.
Oh, one more story coming up. Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
so
hear
something
it.
we just went we skipped over was Destiny 2 crossplay beta list playlist. So this week we had that too from the May 25th to May 27th. That was interesting. It was just like a strike crossplay. You could play with other people from other platform. That's in preparation to season 15 when they're gonna open up like crossplay. I know at the beginning of the season there was some what do you call it? Some not error, but like crossplay was kind of open to some people, and we noticed like people from GeForce Now was like playing on there. So it was pretty cool to see that, and then like Bungie kind of remove it because they're not ready for it. But I'm happy to see crossplay coming to Destiny 2. It's gonna open up like more playlists on Stadia to play. Like if you're a PvP fan, like, it's gonna be easier to find playlists. The one thing I'm not excited about is the cheater coming. So I was talking with one of my friend on Stadia, and he was saying he did the crossplay strike, and the first one he does, there's a cheater there running around with I think it was Warcliffe and just shooting ammo like nonstop or something like that. So it's like, yeah, okay, we're gonna see more of that. Because so far we don't see it. I'm hoping Bungie's gonna allow us to turn it off, like to play trials or anything like that, because that's gonna be a pain if you play trials, try to get your wins, and then you go against cheater. It's always sad, right?
I have a question about the crossplay. It just came to me. So the next 24-hour raid race, if there's crossplay, how how do they identify the console? Will the consoles be obsolete at that point? Because if, just say, Salvations is made up of a GeForce Now and an Xbox, I mean, what console gets the clear? Will that filter be gone with crossplay?
Yeah, I think that filter is gonna be gone. They're just gonna go with the clan really, because like if you notice like right now, if you go into your character menu and you go to the clan on the far left, you can see within your clan all the icon of which platform they're playing on. Like we got the Stadia sign right now, but on roster you don't see it. So hopefully we're gonna see it under the roster in the future. But yeah, like I don't think it's gonna matter. I think it's gonna be just like, okay, this is the clan that completed it, and you can see from every single one player which platform they were on. I think it's more filtered through the Destiny raid report. Like you can see which platform they are on. I don't think it's gonna matter anymore at the end. So yeah, they're gonna have to get away from that, I guess.
Oh, cool. I look forward to increased population. Um, yeah, always good to play with more people and grow the community.
Definitely, it's gonna be good to like have friends from PC and Xbox join on. So yeah, and then
Cool.
like they're gonna have to make the clans like number bigger because 100 it's like very small. I think if we have like cross-platform and people from other like console, other platform want to join the clan, like it's gonna be hard, right?
Gladiator style. The bottom two people fight it out.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, wicked. Do you have any more news stories before I?
No, I think that's pretty much it.
Cool. So that's the news for this week. We thank you for tuning in and hearing our thoughts on the news of Stadia, cloud gaming, and anything more. We look forward to sharing more in the future. As always, I'm Ricardo Batho with my host
Sebastien. So
and giving you my perspective on the cloud.
sweet.
All right. So I will stop this recording
Yeah.
and I
Sorry, I had
will
to clear my throat. That's